Hey everybody, Ryan here from Ryan Hockey Channel. Alright, gonna go over the St. Louis Blues season review. As you can tell from the background, we have more of the old style Blues jersey blue. Personally, it was easier to read off of, so I'm gonna go with that one. Alright, if you have not done so already, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to be notified when I drop a new video, and make sure to like the video as well. Helps the channel out, so please help me out. Alright, let's get started. Can't get past my cord. Alright, how their season went. They were 27-20-9, 63 points, finished tied for 14th. They lost to Colorado in the first round of the playoffs in 4 games. It was not the greatest of seasons. You can tell by the numbers there, they were an okay team. Defensively, they were hurting for a while there during the season. They were really hurting. I don't know what happened to them there. They just took some hits there in the middle of the season, but they figured it out and got back into the playoff race. They were 23.2% on the power play. They were very good on the power play. Good enough for 6 out of 31, sorry. 21, that's a long time ago. 77.8% on the penalty kill. Bad enough, or good enough for 25th. So they weren't terrible on the special teams. I don't know what it was during the season. They just could not score enough goals. But they were 13th in both goals for and goals against, with a 2.98 goals for and goals against. I don't know how you feel about the number 13, but you felt they were very lucky or bad luck, and honestly, the way their season ended, I'd say bad luck. They had 167 goals for and goals against. They were an even 0 on the goal differential, which is not terrible. I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing, but that just means you let in the same amount of goals that you scored, which means you're kind of a middling team compared to how their special team numbers look. It's kind of surprising. Key injuries during the season. This is what hurt them. Jaden Schwartz, Vince Dunn, Tyler Bozak, Sammy Blais, Vladimir Tarasenko, Ivan Barbashev, Robert Thomas, Colton Parayko, Oscar Sundqvist, and Robert Bortuzzo, amongst many, many others, missing games. But these were the key ones and the ones that missed at least 15 or more games. So that's a lot of firepower and a lot of defenders hurt. I mean, I don't know what to say. That they were just ravished with injuries this year. Current UFAs, they had Tyler Bozak. He's not coming back, I don't think. Carl Gunnarsson, not coming back. Actually, I think, didn't he sign in Carolina? I think it was. Mike Hoffman went to Montreal. Jaden Schwartz, Seattle. Alex Steen is retired. Which, yes, his contract is up at least. So at least they don't have to pay him for that anymore. But he is working front office, so he's still paying him in a way. Jacob Delarose is gone too. Current RFAs, they have Ivan Barbashev, Dakota Joshua, Jordan Kyrou. Why do I still have him there? He just re-signed, I believe. Same with Zach Sanford. They both just re-signed. And Robert Thomas, who I think has a arbitration hearing, if I remember correctly. I know Sanford did, but since he re-signed yesterday, they don't need it anymore. Terrible contracts. Braden Shen, $6.5 million per through 27-28. Now, he hasn't been a terrible player. He had a good year last year, but it's the length that I'm worried about. Is he going to be? Oops, sorry, I hit this mic again. $6.5 million. Is he going to be worth that in the 27-28 season? Now, it may not be a terrible one now, but it may be down the line. We don't know yet, but it's a possibility. And of course, Vladimir Tarasenko, who wants out of St. Louis, his $7.5 million through 22-23 season. And then Justin Falk and Torrey Krug, both with an identical $6.5 million contracts through 26-27. Falk has been there for 2 years and has not been what he was in Carolina. Now, St. Louis is more of a, I want to say, defensive-oriented than offensive-oriented team versus Carolina, so that may be the biggest driver. But I don't see Falk as a spectacular defender. He's an alright, a serviceable one, but he is a far better offensive defender. Same with Krug. But Krug, I think, is better defensively than Falk. He just had a bad year last year. But, I mean, it was his first year with a new team. You look at Joe Pavelski, great example. First year with Dallas last season, 16 goals, 16 assists. Not a good year. Then this year, he was a beast for them. He was their top scorer, top point guy. I mean, the first year with a team is always the hardest, especially when you come in as a free agent, because you don't know a lot of the guys. It's a new city. You're getting used to a new life. Time zone change can be a big difference, too, for a lot of guys. So I'll put it off to that, see how he does this year, but both of those could be terrible contracts if they don't fix how they play, is all I'm saying with those. Who wants out? As I already said, Vladimir Tarasenko. Surprised he hasn't been traded yet, to be honest with you. Surprised he wasn't picked up by Seattle. I don't know what Seattle was doing in the picks. I mean, I can't say enough. I don't understand what they were going for. Top scorer and top goalie, David Perron, had a monstrous year. He had a very good season. David Perron had 19 goals, 39 assists for 48 points. Man, one goal and assist game, he would have 50 points. And numbers that don't bother me. Jordan Binnington, 18 goals. Wow, if a goalie had 18 goals, that's impressive. No, 18 wins, 14 losses, and 8 overtime losses. He did not have a great year. His numbers aren't terrible, 910 save percentage and 265 goals against average. But I felt like a lot of the games he was just pissed off with his teammates. He just felt like they weren't doing enough in front, especially in the middle part of the season when they were really dropping down and not scoring and just allowing goals like crazy. I mean, look at that one game against San Jose where he got pulled out and went after 3 different Sharks players. I thought it was kind of funny, personally. I was watching it live, and I thought it was the greatest thing I've seen in a while. But that's not what you want to see from your goalie, but it definitely pushed them to what was that? That ended up being like an 8-7 overtime win or something like that. It was a ridiculous game. So they need to fix that, and I think they may be better off this year. We'll see. But when you win a championship, you know you're going to be spending money on players, and that's what they're going through right now. So they're losing guys because they don't have the cap space. In their 2021 draft, 17th, they picked Zachary Bolduc. I think he'll be a good player down the line for him. Not right away, of course, but down the line could be definitely a serviceable forward, that's for sure. I'd say second at most, but second, third. So it wouldn't be a terrible player. Definitely going to be worth something offensively in the future. Then you can see the other 3 they picked there. 2 straight teams between them and Winnipeg. It's 2 straight teams with only 4 picks. So, hey. And their future outlook. I see them being competitive this season for a playoff spot. I don't think I can put them in the contender category. I don't think so. They're in a bit of a transition right now. I'm not sure that they are going to be as good as last year. They can definitely still be a good team, but we'll have to see. I think they will definitely be competitive for a playoff spot, though, because the advantage for them, they share a conference with the Pacific, who is a terrible division. So there's a good chance you'll see 2 if they go back to the 2. I can't think of the word right now. Good God. 2 wild card. There we go. That's the word. 2 wild card spots again. You'll see them from this division, not the Pacific, is my assumption. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's my guess. All right. Other than that, that's all I have for you for St. Louis' season review. Good year, not a good playoff. That's just how it is. I mean, hopefully next year they can figure something out to do better than they did this year. They're losing a bit, but we'll have to see how that works out. All right. Let me know in the comments what you think, if you agree, if you disagree, if you want to talk about the Blues. Let's talk about the Blues. All right. Make sure to hit that like button, that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell. Make sure to share the video as well, and I will see you all next video. Bye, everybody.